What is going on, folks? I know that thing just kind of glitched right there a little bit, but I am here. Hope you guys are all doing well. Thank you guys all for tuning in. I know that a lot of people are probably not going to jump in on here until they actually see my face and get going. I understand that. That's completely cool. Do me a favor, double check to make sure that you still are subscribed to the channel. Appreciate you guys all being here. Don't forget, if you like this stuff that I'm going to be pumping out here, make sure you hit that like button if you don't mind. I'm going to try to play a video right here that I want you guys all to watch, right? And then we're going to get into it. So let's see if this plays. 1 second. That's not playing. Give me a second here. We're going to try to fix this right here real quick. So I know y'all still should be able to hear my voice, but I'm going to try to get this right here to play as well. So hold your horses with me real quick. Just hold on for a second, okay? But like I said, I still can see you guys' comments and everything right there. Don't forget, if you like this, hit the thumbs up button. Double check to make sure that you are subscribing. Also, make sure to see if the bell notification is checked on your portion, right? Let's see if y'all can hear this now. Y'all can't hear that, can y'all? Oh. Y'all cannot hear that. Oh, this is messed up, man. No, it's real staticky. Anyway, let me see I really wanted y'all to hear this right there, but it's no big deal. Let me go ahead and flip back to myself again, and I'll take it from there. But I'll definitely do some reading things off. So anyway, I'm gonna read this off to you guys because I'm pretty much gonna give you the gist of what this video was about. Pretty much what it is that they're saying that Joe Biden is going after Joe Biden is going after the Republicans for criticism of the FBI. He's mad that a lot of Republicans are going after the FBI. And you guys already know what I mentioned about the FBI, what I felt about the Republicans, yada, yada, peanut butter. All right. You can watch the video that I did yesterday when I said, is Donald Trump a distraction? If you want to know what I feel about the Republicans, what they should be thinking on, and what they should be focusing on, watch the video that I posted on yesterday. All right. Now, what I'm going to get into is this right here, where it says that Rep. Michael Waltz, Florida, he called out President Biden on America's Newsroom for claiming the Democratic Party is pro-police while slamming Republicans for criticizing the FBI at the Mar-a-Lago. Michael Waltz said, "This is just a blatant and it's kind of pathetic political stunt in the run-up to midterms," is what he said. "We all know that 99.9% of Republicans, when they talk about the FBI, they talk about the leadership that needs reform. It's the leadership of the DOJ, and we fully support the agents that are out there, many of which I've worked with actually in combat zones," he said. He says, so if President Biden is serious about law and order, if he really wants to take on supporting the police first, how about a walk down the hall in the White House and talk to Vice President Harris? If he was to go in there and talk to Harris, all you're going to get is, Joe. Yeah, okay. Anyway, like I was saying, let me carry on. Let me digress from that. It says, so if President Biden is serious about law and order, if he really wants to take on supporting the police first, how about walk down the hallway in the White House and talk to President Harris, Vice President Harris, or Joe Biden does call it president, says supporting the bailout of the rioters. He said, go down there and talk to Harrison about supporting the bailout of the rioters in 2021, of which has since been, one of them has been charged with murder. Did y'all know that? One of them has been charged with murder. How about he go on national tour on the 25th Democrat-run cities that have proposed or actually defunded their police force, including New York City, that took $1.2 billion away from the NYPD? Or how about Washington, D.C., that's seen 100% increase in carjackings and thefts just steps from the Capitol? So instead of trying this kind of cheap spin on Republicans that he know fully backs our law enforcement, how about he have some courage and take on the left that wants to defund the police unapologetically? Ladies and gentlemen, also do not forget when we had that whole summer of love. Remember when we had the whole summer of love going on? What was going on there? Huh? What was going on there? Everybody know that there were some funds that was put in place that was allowing them to bail out these criminals during this time. We know that they're, look, I don't like to play these games of, oh, right, left, this. There was this stuff was happening not just in blue states. It was happening in red states as well. Let's keep it 100. It was happening in red states as well. what was happening in the red states is what we need to be focusing on, not the color of the state that it was in. Y'all follow me? That's what I'm saying. I told y'all I'm not for the left. I'm not from the right. I am for the above. And again, I say with that, instead of focusing on what color the state that these things happen in, how about we just focus on what those things are? And if those things that were happening in all of these states were bad things, who was actually supporting the bad things? Who was actually not calling out? Who was actually not saying nothing about it? They was asking Jen Psaki them to condemn certain things. Would you condemn this action? Would you condemn these rioters? Would you condemn the violence? Would you condemn? Hey, look, people are upset. They were not trying to condemn them. And if there are any Republicans, I don't care who you are, if there are any Republicans out there, any Republicans that are out there, and they were not condemning these either, the same goes for them too. I don't care who you are. If you are a Republican and you were not condemning the actions of these so-called protesters who were peacefully protesting, burning buildings and beating people and crashing things, tearing down mom and pop shops that have been in these neighborhoods for years and years and years, not condemning that, y'all are in the same boat. Y'all are no different than these folks and pushing the rhetoric as well. A lot of y'all are no different than them that just want a position. They act like you are for the people when you actually are not. I don't care who you are. But there is no way that any logical human being would be able to look at this situation and say, yeah, I'm to my Democrats as a whole. They definitely were in support of, the police. No, they were not. There's all sorts of videos out there. You don't have to take my word for it. I encourage you to go out there and do your own research and look up during this so-called 2020, 2021, all this summer of love, all the so-called George Floyd protests and all that. Go and look and see how much violence. Go and look and see how much violence is going on during the Kyle Rittenhouse. There would not even have been a Kyle Rittenhouse. Y'all wouldn't even know about this very rich, very, very rich young man. Y'all wouldn't even know about him had this stuff not been happening. You guys would not even know about what was going on in Kenosha had these people not been out here doing what they were doing. They were burning buildings there too. They were doing all those things there too. But I guess they were all doing it in the name of peace and name of love. All the very things that some of y'all was out there crying about. We out there just trying to combat racism. We just so tired. We so oppressed. We just out there trying to combat racism because white people are the oppressor. But then I got a white dude on there literally saying, shoot me, nigga. Shoot me. Shoot me, nigga. There were black people around when he said that. There were white people around when he said that. And the very reason why they were so-called out there protesting is because of white supremacy. But you got a white ball. He fit the description. This dude fit the description well. The dude, the Kyle Rittenhouse, John Wick, he fit the description very well. He was bald-headed too. What better profile would you want? I wish I could bring the clip up and show y'all where the dude flat out said, shoot me, nigga. Shoot me. And he was a pale white dude. He was pale white and had red hair. That's how pale he was. And he was bald-headed. So you talking the perfect description of what we call a white supremacist skinhead. He up there just dropping the ball. Shoot me, nigga. He's saying that. But nobody said nothing about that, right? But yet they were out there so-called peacefully protesting over that. Yeah, okay, give me a break on that nonsense. Anywho, what I'm saying that for is none of that stuff would have happened had not these so-called violent acts that sold these things that they were doing, burning stuff down, beating people up, busting stuff, looting, rioting, all those things they were doing. And guess what? Guess who was not sitting there condemning it? Dems. Now, there are people in here right now. I know y'all are Democrat. I know y'all voted blue. I'm not talking about you guys per se. Matter of fact, are y'all even still here? Let me know y'all still here. I need somebody to say yes or something because for some reason this chat is frozen. I'm going to wait because something's not right. Something's not right. Okay, there we go. Okay, I'm just making sure because that chat stopped moving. I was just making sure. Thank y'all. I appreciate that. That chat was not moving. So anyway, what I'm saying is that you guys all know, do not take my word. That's what I'm saying. I care about you as an individual. I don't care what side of this political spectrum that you fall on. If it's going to be something out there that is affecting you as a human being, that's where my concern falls in. Just because I'm calling things out and I'm bringing the truth and righteousness behind it does not sit there means that you're going to sit there and categorize me and put me in some type of category saying Ty is right leaning. He's like, just because I appeared on Fox News and Newsmax and OAN and RT and Japanese this, and I don't care what it is, I will talk to anybody. Do not categorize me and put me on anybody's train. Plain and simple. But what I am saying, if I see something that's completely wrong, I'm going to call it out. I'm going to call it out. Plain and simple. That's it. It's that easy. So what I'm saying is that we all know, and don't sit there in front. I know some of y'all, the blue is your side, whatever like that. That's fine, whatever. Blue is your side. But don't act like what we seen unfolding. You cannot sit there and make no excuse for the actions that those people did. Because if you did, you are no different than the same people whose sons turning out to be killers. And you're like the equivalent of the mother who will sit there and still try to justify her son killing somebody. You are no different than that. What you are doing, you are playing the same type of political games. Just because you are a Democrat or you are a Republican, something happened wrong. You don't want to call out the wrong that was done because it's actually the wrong on the side that you actually are a part of. I do not care. If my sons do some criminal activity, you think I'm going to sit there and defend them? Absolutely not. Well, Ty, you never, dude, you don't know me. Now I'm going to be mad because they did it anyway. I'm going to be on them. And I'm going to be like, yeah, you darn right you're doing your time. If my sons was to do some criminal activity and they went to jail and they said, Dad, they said I need $1,000 to post bail. Oh, well, you're not getting it from me. But if I don't, I got to stay in here for 30 days. Oh, well, you staying in there for 30 days. Oh, come on, Ty. Y'all don't know me. I told you I am not. Dude, I'm all about law and order. I mean, I'm talking to the extent to where I've done things to where if I punish them with something, I would take it away and they already know it's going to be gone at least for 3 weeks. Like it's already a given. They already know, man, it's going to be gone, man. Then to the point to the extent to where sometimes they forgot that I forgot that I even took whatever it is I took from them. You know what I'm saying? So no, I'm not justifying any type of unrighteousness or wrongdoing out of anybody. I don't care if it's a family member or not. I'm not going to try to sit there and make excuses for it or justify it. I'm going to call exactly what it is. I teach that in my home. Therefore, if the action is taking place outside and they do those things, I'm not going to have to defend them because they already know what I'm thinking. They already know what I'm going to say. So what am I saying that for? How is it that all of a sudden Joe Biden is trying to flip things around as if the Democrats as a whole, they've been supporting the police? No, they all across the board were calling for the police to be defunded, defund the police, get rid of the police. They were all letting the Black Lives Matter leaders all step up and say all these things like Hawk Newsom. Y'all know I'm talking about the Black Lives Matter leader. Y'all never heard of him? Is it Hawk Newsom? Yeah, it's Hawk Newsom. Hawk Newsom is like one of the leading people to Black Lives Matter. He's out there saying same thing. We need to get rid of the police forces. You know what I'm saying? We need to get rid of our prisons. We don't need any prisons. We need to let them all out because all of this stuff is just suppressive to the black people. This is our country too. You guys are doing nothing but oppressing us. The prisons are full of individuals that look just like myself. That's who they're full of. They're just full of individuals that look like ourselves. We can't even go out there and get IDs for ourselves or anything of that matter because the system is oppressive against us. But I tell you what, if these things keep going on, there will be blood. The heck out of here. They were letting these people get out there and speak this same rhetoric about defund the police, get rid of the police, but then talk about our neighborhoods. They're unsafe. The police don't care about our neighborhoods. But you talking about defund the police because that makes sense. That makes a whole lot of sense. So what I'm saying, folks, these games that people are playing, if you are all part of this, look, you do your own thing. If you all about just playing political games because you know in your mind, you know in your own heart, in your own spirit, you know that you are in it to do nothing more than to keep up with this whole lot of rhetoric. What am I saying that for? We got people that like in sports. I'm just saying, I know I'm using some crazy examples. In sports, you got opposing teams. There can be some wrongdoing in sports. And if you on a team that your team is doing the wrongdoing, you won't even call them out for it. You know what I'm saying? You know, you've seen all of y'all experienced this before, maybe a time or two in your life where somebody who you are cool with, you might be friends with them, it might be a family member, they do something wrong and you don't call them out for it. All because a certain type of relationship, or you might be on their side. I had a team, y'all. I played sports all my life. I'm still competitive right now. Dude, I would call stuff out all day long. I would sit there and say things like, okay, I'll give you an example. One of my boys on my basketball team, he gets the ball, right? As soon as he get it, a guy runs up on the whole defense. He goes like this with the ball. He elbowed the dude in the face. Goes down the court, This dude, I never forget his name, Randy Wright. Randy Wright, I got busted. He bleeding all right here. All because my friend cut the ball and did like this and elbowed him in the face. I was like, dude, you did that on purpose, man? Well, I said, dude, that's bogus, dude. Yes, that means you're playing dirty. Dude, that ain't, like me. Look, I'm so competitive, y'all. If I want to win, I want to win. Like, to me, cheating is easy. I want to win the right way so I can actually glory in the fact that I actually put all this hard work in to win like I was supposed to. I'm not going to glory in no cheating or anything. Cheating is easy. That's not competitive to me. That's not a challenge to me. The challenge is doing exactly how the rules are setting it out, right? I challenge myself on things like that. I don't want to cheat because cheating that's not competitive. I'm really competitive. I don't want to cheat because it's too easy to do that. That's not a challenge to me. The challenge is actually playing by the rules, doing things the right way. That's the challenge right there. You know what I mean? So anyway, that's why I'm saying, like, a lot of you guys, your team might be blue. The blue could be doing all kind of things. You will sit there and justify, well, now. People have a right to protest. That is in the law. Come on, man. You see them burning the buildings. You see them throwing bricks through AutoZone. You see that man out there. Did y'all? Let me ask y'all this question. But make sure y'all get a video a thumbs up if you're digging what I'm saying so far. Don't forget to do that. Let me ask you guys this question. Did any of you guys see the video where a man, he was out there, a black man and a black wife, he was out there crying, saying, what did I do to y'all? Y'all burned down my store. I didn't do nothing to y'all. This is my life right here. I've been here for 30 years, feeding y'all, giving y'all food. And even when I didn't have it, I still gave it out to the poor people. I've been out here doing this, and y'all burned my building down. What did y'all do that for? What did I do to y'all? Did any of y'all see that video? Let me know if y'all seen the video. If you haven't, you can look it up. During the George Floyd stuff, this black man had a restaurant, a business, right? He sat there and just talked about how he served the people. People came to his place to eat all the time. They did. This man, even when at the end of the day, if he knew that he had some food that was getting ready to go or expired, this man would go out there and hand it out to homeless people and everything like that. And guess what they did? They destroyed that man's business. This man's business is gone. He out there crying his heart out. Grown man crying his heart out because of what they did. And guess who did it? Black folks. Oh, yeah, that's right. I forgot. No. Yeah, we don't do things like that. We don't do things like that. No, nah. My point is, you had a certain side that was sitting there saying and justifying what they were doing. You got people out there who would do things to the equipment. If their kid go out there, yeah, I remember the Rodney King riots, Matt. But you had people out there destroying things. But then yet you had a certain side. I mean, let's call it what it is. You had a certain side that just would not condemn those actions. Well, so do you condone them going down and burning buildings? Look, people are upset. People are very angry right now. Do you condone people going out there and breaking glass and stealing and rioting and looting? There are a lot of upset people, particularly the black community, and they have every right to be upset because too long racism has. Do you condone people getting their heads cut off? Well, look, everybody deserves a knife. Everybody deserves a knife. And that's why America is free, because everybody has a freedom to go buy. I mean, they don't want to sit there and just call the stuff wrong. They don't want to call it wrong. Everybody has a right to peaceful. I know people. See what I'm saying? They couldn't do that with me. They couldn't do that to me. I would flat out be like, do you condone them burning down buildings? Well, see, people have a right to peacefully protest. Look, I know people have a right to peacefully protest. I know that. That ain't what I asked you. I didn't ask you, do people have a right to protest? I said, do you think it's right for them to burn these businesses down? Well, see, people are upset. I didn't ask you if people were upset right now. I don't care about that. I'm asking you, is it right that they burn this man's business down? well, see, the black people have been oppressed. I didn't ask you if black people are oppressed, blah, blah, blah. Ma'am or sir, are you standing up right now? Yes. Why can't you answer my question the same way you did just then? Well, you see, no. That's what I'm saying, folks. So it's easy. Now you got this administration right now who claimed that they were backing the police, but all this is, again, is another chess piece move, or whatever you want to see, whatever y'all want to call it, to actually try to make it seem like, oh, we're for the country. We're for the law enforcement. Look who's not for the law enforcement. Donald Trump is not. The FBI represent a higher order of the police, blah, blah, blah. And the American people don't even like that. Look at it. The Republicans are not. Don't try to sit there and flip it and twist, because they are not the ones who are going around and tearing things up. Plain and simple. They were not going around and tearing things up like these people were doing. Again, you had the Dems who had a fund set up that was allowing the rioters to get out of jail. And as I just read right here a minute ago, one of the people that got arrested and was released based on Vice President Harris supporting the bailout of the rioters, right? She supported the bailout of those particular rioters. Kamala Harris did. Minnesota Bail Fund, promoted by Kamala Harris, freed convict now charged with murder. Harris encouraged donations.
It's footing the bill for student loan forgiveness.
Harris, Vice President Harris, promoted by Kamala Harris, to free convict, is now charged with murder. Harris encouraged donations to the Minnesota Freedom Fund to allow people that were going out there and riot and burn stuff down. She encouraged them people to donate to it so those people can get out. A bail fund backed by her sprung a convicted criminal who allegedly killed his nemesis over a beef he had with them. Beef mean animosity, problem, issues, a conflict. Harris promoted the far-left Minnesota Freedom Fund amid the George Floyd-related riots in 2020 that saw parts of Minneapolis burn. Harris encouraged Twitter users to donate to the Minnesota Freedom Fund to bail out the protesters who were arrested as the unrest grew. Now, understand this, ladies and gentlemen. It was not just, oh, Ty, that was there because there were people out there who were in good spirits and all. They was, you know who we talking about, the ones that dressed up like the N, but N was Aoife. Y'all know who I'm talking about. And this is what she said. She said, if you're able to chip in to the MNF Freedom Fund to help post bail for those protesting on the ground in Minnesota, this is what she said. Now, local Minneapolis news reported that one of the people bailed out by the Minnesota Freedom Fund, Sean Michael Tillman of St. Paul, was out there for 3 weeks before he allegedly murdered an old nemesis. Tillman, who was bailed out on April 29th in connection to an incident exposure case, allegedly fired 6 bullets into his victim at St. Paul light rail stop on May 20th, killing him. A surveillance video from 4 a.m. that day showed the victim falling onto a sign, then the floor after the first shot hit him. The second and third shots came as Tillman allegedly approached the victim before the fourth went into the victim's head as he attempted to shield himself. The criminal complaint said the victim then grabbed his head with both hands, curled up his body, and shifted his position before Tillman fired 2 more shots until the man and his arm went limp after he shot. Tillman's criminal history includes 8 convictions of indecent exposure, as well as a conviction on weapons charge, according to the Minneapolis Star-Tribune. Harris' office did not immediately respond to Fox News' digital request for comment. You know, they got to get their thoughts together. The Minnesota Freedom Fund defended helping Tillman post bail in a statement issued last week after he was charged. The bail fund said it is neither just nor effective to respond to violence by denying bail to preemptively punishing people who are disproportionately poor, Black, brown, or indigenous. Look, y'all hear that? It is not just or effective to respond to violence by denying bail by punishing people who are disproportionately poor, Black, brown, or indigenous. So why the heck is he in jail now then, huh? Why is he in jail now? Why is this person in jail now if it's disproportionately yada yada peanut butter? Yeah, whatever. It says the bail fund, which has a history of springing violent criminals, wants to implement wide-scale decatur. Now, it said, and it supports organizations that transition resources and power back to Black, Indigenous, and communities of color, as well as those directly harmed by cash bail and the justice system. Same dumb nonsense Chicago was doing. The organization also claims that the American criminal justice system, like many other systems in our society, was designed to maintain and uphold white supremacy while prioritizing the wealth, power, and influence of a few at the expense of many. If that ain't the dumbest excuse and nonsense to sit there and actively encourage criminals to keep on going out and doing it, that, ladies and gentlemen, that statement right there is telling you all. Oh, I'm telling y'all, look, it's the crazy sleight of psychological things they're doing. It's a slight sleight hand. It's a sleight of hand psychologically on these people who don't know that they're flat out calling Black people dumb. Like Joe Biden said, predators. Right? I don't want my kids going to school with a bunch of predators. This is literally what they're saying. They're just sitting there making the words sound a whole lot more fancy. Oh, the Black kid, these people in these organizations that transition resources and Black power to the indigenous community and people of color, as well as those directly harmed by cash bail in the justice system. This is why we're doing that, because they don't have the money. They're calling you dumb, ignorant. They're calling you exactly what Joe Biden said, predators. You don't know no better, Black folks. You're dumb, you're violent, you're ignorant, you're stupid, you're out of control. You are exactly what the N-word means. That's how they formed it. And they're looking back pretty much saying that to you, but they're not calling you that by word, but they're calling you that based off of the actions that they're allowed to go. Oh, look. Come on, look, y'all know. Come on, those are Black people. No, those are N-words now. Y'all, come on now. Look what's going on. Yeah, let them out. Look, that they don't know. Look, they don't know any better. They don't know any better. The Black people don't know any better. The N-words don't know any better. That's why we had them as slaves now. But since we freed them and all that, I guess we just gotta tolerate. Look, they're wild animals. They're like the wolf. They can't be trained. Okay, I know that they've been caught in the trap. I know that the wolf killed all your stock and all that, but don't kill the wolf. Just go let the wolf back out into the wild. That's literally the actions that they're showing. I'm telling you, that's why I tell folks, the very people. A lot of people don't even understand it because they can't look. I'm just telling y'all, on an intellectual level, some people do not understand that. They cannot grasp that. Somebody is blatantly telling you in fancy words, oh, look here. It's okay. I understand because you're dumb. I understand because you're ignorant. I understand because, you're Black. I understand you come from a long lineage of oppressed people, animals, you guys are an endangered species. So I know that as an endangered species, we don't want to harm you guys or kill you guys. What we want to do is keep letting you kill other things and destroy other things. But we're just going to do a catch and release. It's not your fault. Do you know how insulting that is, Black people? Do you know how insulting it is that that's literally by their actions is what they're saying to you and how they feel about you? Now, you're nothing but a wild, ignorant animal who don't know any better. That's why they got these different things coming out towards you. That's why they actually are pandering to you, because they are sitting there putting in your face, oh, little Black Negro, you don't know any better because, that's why we have to tell you. That's why we know what's best for you. But it's okay. It's our fault because we've been systemically racist against you guys. We got CRT. We white people are inherently racist and we are oppressing you. So you dumb, ignorant animals, just go and be free. Be free. Continue to terrorize and destroy your own neighborhoods. But do me a favor, Negroes. Don't come to the suburbs. You hear me, little Negroes? Stay out there in the wild. Stay out there in the wilderness, but do not come to civilization or society, okay? Just don't come to our neck of the woods. Oh, yeah, keep on destroying your other packs and keep on destroying your other, keep on destroying your other species like yourself and all that. That's completely fine. It's okay because it's not your fault. You're ignorant. You're stupid. You're dumb. You don't know any better. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna create a fund that should you go to jail, because we know that you're dumb and you're broke and you won't be able to post bail to get out. And with that being said, we're gonna put some money in place if you as a wild creature go out and commit those crimes, but it's not your fault. That's why it's not a crime, because it's not your fault. It's inbred in you. You're a wild animal. You're doing what wild animals do, Negro. That's why we have a fund to actually release you whenever you do something like this. And look what happened. The wild animal went out and did exactly how the racist person that actually has this whole rhetoric pushed in place, they did exactly what they expected them to do. And nobody should be surprised by this. None of us are surprised by this. If you keep on letting criminals go out and commit crimes without them being checked, without them having no judgment, without them having no justice brought to them, they're going to keep on committing those crimes until they up the ante on it and do things like what you seen this man do right here. Indecent exposure, convicted of a weapons charge and all stuff like this. He sat there and during the George Floyd riot, got locked up during that time, and all of a sudden, because it was a summer of love, all of a sudden now he gets out, he goes and kills somebody. So why now? Why should he go to jail now? Right? Why should he go to jail now? Why isn't there a fund for him right now? Oh, well, you know, a little different time. When the creatures kill somebody, that's a little different. Now we have to lock them up. See, guys, if you have a dog and your dog bites somebody, they're going to take your dog to the pound, you know, whatever, going to see some things, blah, blah, blah. Make sure your dog got a shot. Show me the records. Going to let your dog back out. If your dog like mortally wounds somebody, yeah, now your dog is going to be in the pound until we euthanize it. Yeah. So, yeah, that's how that's going to go. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot explain this no better than what I'm getting ready to tell you right now. And I'm going to leave you guys with this. If you have a dog, and I'm not going to say no specific dog at all. If you have a dog, you know your dog is dangerous. You know it. Follow me. You know that your dog is dangerous. Your dog would try to attack other dogs. Your dog would try to attack people. But you know this. If you purposely leave your gate open and your dog gets out and attacks somebody, you bring your dog back in. Police arrive. Okay, blah, blah, blah. What happened? Da, 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 da. Okay. Bring your dog back in. When you bring your dog back in, you leave your gate open again. Your dog gets out and attacks somebody. Right? You're going to get a fine. Okay? What's going to happen when your dog kills someone or your dog kills another dog? Oh, I didn't know that my dog. No, you knew this all the time. What I'm saying to you guys right now is the very same people who are letting these laws pass through legislation to allow criminals to keep on posting bail and getting out. Those lawmakers, the DA, whoever they may be, the ones that are in position to have these things in place and support those ideologies, they should be getting charged for it, just like you would get charged if your dog gets out and kills another dog. You will be charged for that. If your dog gets out of your gate that you left open, that you keep on letting your dog out, and it kills another human being, your dog will be killed and you're going to be charged for it. Why isn't that same system in place for some of these crazy DAs, some of these crazy folks that's in legislation that's making these laws that is allowing these criminals, these animals, go right back out there and do what they do? Those people should be charged too, because they are the ones that's actually promoting. They are the ones that are supporting. They are the ones that are backing it up. It's crazy. Anyway, folks, appreciate you guys all being here again, and I appreciate the likes that you guys are doing there. I'm going to be moving on to my next topic here. And again, I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate your comments. Y'all know there's no way I'm going to be to read all of them because they flying, whatever like that. But I do thank y'all for tuning in. I do thank y'all for following. Keep it up. Share this channel with somebody that y'all know. Anybody that you know that you might have been in a conversation with this week. Anybody that you've been in a conversation with weeks ago. Let them know about this channel. Let them know to subscribe to the channel. If they think like you do and they're on the same wavelength of like logical, sensible, common sense thinking, let them know about this channel and share it with them, because you guys will be the reason why my voice get out there. You will be the reason why. And I really appreciate that. So I'm getting ready to check out, guys. All right. And I really appreciate you guys. I am Ty Smith, modern Renaissance man. And I hope and pray that every last one of you guys that's listening to me right now, I hope and pray that all of you have food, shelter, and clothing. And most of all, I hope and pray that every last one of you guys are in great health, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. God bless you all through Jesus.